Less than 2 decades ago, the Earth's crust in Africa began to fracture, tearing apart homes and splitting the land into two. This mysterious and emotional phenomenon, known as continental rift, is reshaping Africa, and the world is oblivious to its implications. Why is Africa tearing apart? What lies beneath the surface, causing the land to split open? Join us on a journey into the heart of this continental transformation, where continents will be born, islands will emerge, and oceans will reshape our world forever. In 2005, images surfaced of a continental rift in East Africa, a spectacle of Earth's constant evolution. But to comprehend Africa's current state, we must rewind hundreds of millions of years to a singular landmass, Pangaea, surrounded by one vast ocean, Panthalassa. Over eons, Earth's outer crust underwent a dynamic dance of heating, cooling, and fragmentation. This process birthed continents, islands, and oceans, creating the diverse world we know today. While the Earth may appear static beneath our feet, the lithosphere, composed of 15 to 20 tectonic plates, is in perpetual motion. Think of these plates as pieces of a cracked shell floating on the molten sea of our planet's core. The scorching heat from the Earth's core causes these plates to move, collide, or part in ways in a dance known as plate motion or tectonic shift. Ever notice how South America's east coast and Africa's west coast seem to fit together like puzzle pieces? That's because in the distant past, they were once joined. The continents we see today are the result of colossal splits and shifts in the Earth's crust. The dance of tectonic plates beneath Africa's surface is shaping a future that's both mysterious and awe-inspiring. The East African Rift, a colossal fracture stretching approximately 2,175 miles from the Red Sea to Mozambique, holds the key to a seismic shift that could redefine our world. In the heart of this geological spectacle, the Somalian Plate in the east is relentlessly moving away from its older companion, the Nubian Plate. This detachment, known as the East African Rift, forms a Y-shaped system in the Afar region of Ethiopia. Picture the dance of continents, a tantalizing tango set against the backdrop of Earth's evolution. If the Somalian Plate completes its cosmic breakaway from the Nubian Plate, the result will be nothing short of groundbreaking. Imagine the world's second largest continent, Africa, splitting into two distinct entities. Geologists and scientists, hold your excitement, as this phenomenon, if it happens, is a spectacle that unfolds over 5 to 10 million years. A spectacle beyond our lifetime. But hold on, there's more spice to this geological drama. Picture a partial separation, a scenario where most of the Somalian Plate drifts away, creating a new sea between the emerging land masses. Welcome to a transformed landscape where Somalia, Eritrea, Djibouti, and the eastern parts of Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique form a new territory. For countries currently landlocked like Ethiopia and Uganda, this seismic shift could be a game changer. The introduction of a coastline, the emergence of a new ocean, heralds economic opportunities like never before. Trade and production flourish, unlocking a wave of prosperity for those previously confined by their geographic constraints. According to Ken McDonald, a marine geophysicist and professor emeritus at the University of California, Santa Barbara, the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea will flood into the Afar region, transforming it into a new ocean. East Africa, once a part of a larger continent, will become its own separate entity, a revelation that could reshape the destiny of nations. While the rift is visible to the keen eye, its growth is a slow burn, expanding at about 1/4 of an inch every year. The stage is set for a geological saga that promises intrigue, transformation, and a glimpse into the dynamic forces shaping our planet. Stay tuned as the Earth continues its dance and Africa takes center stage in this captivating cosmic narrative. Rifting at a pace comparable to toenail growth, the East African Rift is a slow-burning epic reshaping the very foundation of our planet. But how does this geological marvel unfold? The secrets lie in the ongoing debate among geologists and geophysicists. One prevailing model takes center stage, suggesting an increase in heat flow from deep within the Earth. Thermal bulges, visible in central Kenya and the Afar region of north-central Ethiopia, emerge as the Earth's crust responds to the sizzling influence of mantle plumes beneath the continent. Mantle plumes, hot magma zones beneath the Earth's crust, trigger the melting and thinning of the overlaying crust, resulting in bulges that expand and fracture. This dynamic process may lead to widespread volcanic activity on the Earth's surface, creating a visual spectacle exposed on the edges of the rift. Enter flood basalts, eruptions along fractures of the bulge, akin to lava flow like water during a flood. These eruptions, known as flood basalts, leave their mark along the edges of the rift, shaping the landscape and providing a dramatic backdrop to the unfolding geological drama. Amidst this symphony of forces, the East African rift reveals a distinctive feature: the presence of a rift valley. Unlike rift valleys or glacial valleys, rift valleys are formed when tectonic plates move apart, creating lowland regions. In the ocean, they arise through sea floor spreading. Triple junctions, where three tectonic plates meet at approximately 120-degree angles, play a crucial role in the formation of rift valleys. The arm of a triple junction can split, forming an entire ocean, while the third arm, a failed rift, may become a rift valley. The Atlantic Ocean itself is a testament to this process, originating from a triple junction in the Gulf of Guinea, with the Atlantic Ocean forming and the Benue Trough becoming the rift valley in southern Nigeria. Underwater, rift valleys divide along mountain ranges, creating mid-ocean rifts. As tectonic plates move apart at these ridges, magma swells up and hardens, forming new oceanic crust at the bottom of the rift valley. The northern mid-Atlantic ridge and the East Pacific rise are prime examples, showcasing the Earth's dynamic transformation over millions of years. Zooming into the East African rift, the Great Rift Valley takes the spotlight. Stretching from the Middle East to Mozambique, this geologically active wonder boasts volcanoes, hot springs, geysers, and frequent earthquakes. A geological marvel, the East African Rift branches into the Western Rift and the Gregory Rift, marked by iconic volcanoes from the Ertra Ale in Ethiopia to the extinct stratovolcano Mount Kenya in Kenya. Amidst the geological symphony of the East African Rift, the landscape is adorned with iconic features and breathtaking diversity. Picture volcanoes like Aldoino Lengai in Tanzania, the dormant stratovolcano Mount Kilimanjaro, and the fiery Mount Nyiragongo in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Venturing into the Western Rift, also known as the Albertine Rift or the Lake Albert Rift, a treasure trove of natural wonders unfolds. Snow-capped mountains, savannas, highland forests, and exotic lakes, including the East African Great Lakes, paint a canvas of unparalleled biodiversity. These features, combined with the Western Rift's profound geological significance, create one of Africa's most captivating regions. In the opposite corner, we encounter the Gregory Rift, stretching from the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea down to the iconic Mount Kilimanjaro. The Afro Triple Junction, a pivotal point where the Horn of Africa straddles the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, marks a dynamic convergence of the Arabian, Nubian, and Somali plates. This junction, evolving through seafloor spreading, foretells a potential future where the Horn of Africa transforms into a continental island. Yet, despite sharing a common origin, the Western and Gregory branches of the East African Rift possess distinct characters. The Gregory Rift boasts greater volcanic activity, while the Western Rift showcases deeper basins with large lakes and abundant sediments. Among these lakes, Lake Tanganyika stands out as the second deepest lake globally, while Lake Malawi, with its basalt eruptions and active crevice formation, adds to the region's geological marvels. Geologists find the East African Rift system particularly fascinating, as it serves as a living laboratory for studying how ocean basins form on land. Unlike many other rifts submerged or filled with sediment, the East African Rift system is actively evolving, a unique opportunity for scientists to witness and analyze a developing rift system firsthand. The presence of rift lakes adds another layer of intrigue. These lakes, formed when fresh water fills up a rift valley, offers valuable insights into Earth's geological history. Examples abound, from Lake Superior, a relic of an ancient rift that failed to create a new ocean, to the world's deepest and oldest freshwater lake, Lake Baikal in Siberia. Lake Baikal, with depths reaching around 5,387 feet and soft sediments accumulating over 25 million years, holds the record for the largest volume of freshwater globally. Meanwhile, the Dead Sea in the Jordan Rift Valley serves as another example of a rift lake, nestled in a region rich with geological history. Beneath the surface of the Jordan Rift lies the enigmatic Dead Sea, a basin that not only boasts a depth of 997 feet below ground, but also holds the title of the lowest land elevation on Earth at 1,407 feet below sea level. A geological paradox, the Dead Sea is not a true rift lake. Rather, it is a manifestation of the complex interplay of tectonic plates known as the Dead Sea Transform. Venturing into the realm of the rift lakes found within the East African Rift, these antique wonders stretch from Ethiopia to Malawi, housing extraordinary biodiversity. Among them, Lake Tanganyika stands proudly, sharing its shores with Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, and Zambia. This freshwater haven is home to numerous endemic species of cichlid fish, creating a vibrant tapestry of life. In contrast, Lake Natron in Tanzania, with its shimmering red hues, showcases the beauty of an alkali-rich soda lake. The distinctive color comes from the salt-loving bacteria in the water, creating a mesmerizing visual spectacle. Turning our gaze to Lake Malawi, also known as Lake Nyasa, we discover the third deepest freshwater lake globally. Nestled in the southern end of the western arm of the East African Rift Valley, Lake Malawi is not just a geological marvel, but a basin teeming with life. With approximately 800 to 1,000 fish species, it claims the title of the world's richest fish species in any lake. As the East African Rift continues its transformative journey, the region has evolved into a focal point for various stakeholders, from geologists and ecologists to governments. Often hailed as the cradle of humanity, the Rift Valley has yielded numerous hominid fossil discoveries, unraveling the mysteries of our evolutionary past. Among these discoveries, Lucy, a hominin skeleton unearthed in Ethiopia over 3 million years old, and the Turkana boy, an almost 2 million-year-old hominin skeleton found in Kenya, provide crucial insights into our species development. Scientists posit that the structure and evolution of the East African Rift created an environment ideal for life proliferation, shaping our ancestors' journey towards bipedalism and increased intelligence. Beyond its role in human evolution, the East African Rift holds the promise of a sustainable future. The United Nations Environment Programme is actively engaged in a geothermal energy program, harnessing the Rift Valley's volcanic and tectonic activities. This initiative aims to convert the heat generated by the rift's underground dynamics into electricity, providing potential power sources for millions. In areas where oil has been discovered around the lakes, a new chapter in Africa's division by landmass might unfold. However, the narrative takes a stark turn when we confront the intense malnutrition and poverty levels plaguing the local populations. The very same rift that captivates scientists with its volcanic and tectonic irregularities becomes a source of uncertainty and hardship for the people. While the possibility of Africa splitting into two or more land masses remains a distant scenario, the East African Rift emerges as a pivotal force shaping our collective future in the decades and centuries to come. The story extends beyond the scientific realm, intertwining with the everyday struggles and aspirations of those who call this rift home. Thank you for joining us today. Before you go, share your thoughts on the potential impact of the East African Rift on local communities. How do you think science and technology can address the challenges faced by the people living in this dynamic region? And most importantly, what other geological wonders would you like us to explore in future episodes? Your insights matter, so drop a line below.